evening, Rush Nation. Welcome to the 5-Yard Rush NFL podcast. My name is the Joel Hewitt, and I'm the host. Shown today with Alex, the other one, the can't see the woods for the trees, Woods, and Pete, the off-season champion, Amelia. How the devil we doing, boys? And who cried at John Cena's last match? It got really blurry at the end, didn't it? I was watching it, and then all of a sudden, it was like somebody had smeared Vaseline. I couldn't quite work it out. Spoke to a few people; they had the same things. It just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like just a little smile and a tap, and then woof, and then it just like rained and like onions being cut. It was a whole ordeal. But hey, that's just some guy I know. Who knows? Alex, how you doing, man?
I'm feeling great. I am also feeling blurry-eyed from the greatest of all time to leave. Arguably, they're one of the most entertaining sports that we ever watch. But yeah, that is aside from it. My NFL team won emphatically and knocked somebody out of the playoffs, which we'll get into, of the vault. But my football team tragically lost. So.
Hey, look, you're going to hit that perfect week one of these weeks, and everything, the stars will align, and you're just going to be floating on it throughout that time. And by Jove, I'll be here for it, and I will celebrate that with you. Pete, your team also had a bit of a dub. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't see his last match, but I've caught up on it. I didn't see it live anyway. I caught up on it afterwards, and he's one of the good ones, isn't he? He is one of the best people there is. He really, really is. And what a way to go out for him.
Yep, so, with a smile. God bless him. So that was good. And it's been a good week. And I mean, we're all pleased or not pleased. This might be the first time that all three of our actual NFL teams won in the same week.
Probably, yeah.
Which is great if you're an Alex or a Pete. But crying out loud in a week where clearly the Saints had a shot at better draft picks. They decided to ball out. Should have seen them all in their little locker room afterwards celebrating. It means nothing to anybody apart from the Buccaneers, who will probably also celebrate in the Saints win for that one. But gosh, they're really pushing the ethical part of the ethical tank. New Orleans, they're testing me now.
However, Rappaport did have a tweet which I really enjoyed. That's obviously Ian Rappaport, Rap Sheet on Twitter. It said, "If you're looking to build culture, wins, not draft picks."
Yeah,
I don't think there's a particularly bad culture in New Orleans. If anything, I would like to think that the Mardi Gras state is pretty cultured. Everyone seems real happy to go there at the end of like careers and things, or get traded across, and just everyone seems to just love one another. I don't think culture is really the issue. They're not the Bengals, It's just like a shot across the bow. But mixed thoughts on this week. But let's do what we do and start with Pete and the news.
Yes, sir. News from the underground.
That's news from the underground, and here we are with our roving reporter, the Angel of Death. Pete.
I feel like I need to put my finger in my ear while I tell you like this.
Yeah, it's like wind news behind you.
Yeah. I mean, there's two injuries that kind of pull focus this week. Two of the biggest names, one on either side of the ball. The probably the biggest name in the sport, Pat Mahomes, went down with a non-contact injury. He's had surgery now. It was a torn LCL and ACL.
Ooh, I didn't know it was both.
Yeah, both them, and probably got a strain in a couple of others as well, just to complete the set. Normally, for like a normal person, it's 12 to 18 months recovery. He's got a shot to be ready for week one, but it'll be an uphill battle, and I don't think he's really going to be at full speed to start next season. So it will be interesting to see the Chiefs and how that impacts upon them, because obviously they are, as we said, they're out. That's obviously a huge deal.
Well,
playoffs this year.
Spoilers, we didn't say it yet, even though the title of the show is Kansas City-Eliminated.
Yeah.
We just alluded to the fact. Speaking of the being out, one of the best tweets of like copium I've ever seen was Patrick Mahomes still hasn't taken a snap when the Chiefs were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. There was still a chance while Pat was on the field. He went off, and then Gardner ruined it. So Pat has never been on the field for that moment.
That's brilliant. Actually, love that.
Enjoyed that a lot.
What will be interesting is obviously Andy Reid is getting on. They've struggled this year. They've got another season. It might be a couple of year rebuild. How does that affect his timeline? Does he just walk away and get somebody else to come in? Does he ride that next season out, knowing that it's going to be probably 2027 before he can compete again for a Super Bowl?
I think him and Kels, they're on to pastures new. I think.
You think so?
Yeah. They can use it as a good opportunity to say, you know, we've done this, we've done that, we've done the other. It's time to kind of like go and let some new blood come in and do some stuff.
Yeah.
I saw people talk about let's get Kyle Pitts over to the Kansas City Chiefs.
That'd be nice. Because they just watched this week's game, yeah.
No, it was the a tweet before when people have been talking about basically Trav and Pitts are the same player. You know, there is no blocking going on. They're just big body receivers down there. They have very similar play styles, and you know, he could just slot into that scheme pretty well. From what the person on Twitter was saying, anyway. I don't believe everything you read, but yeah, no, I think that devil's advocate myself, like Andy Reid, maybe he says to the organization, this is my last year now. Time to start the hunt. I don't think it would be fair of him to just say, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah. YOLO.
We were just talking about how we've never sworn on this podcast.
I did it backwards.
No, he dropped an F-bomb.
I may have said something.
Oh.
So
he dropped
the censors are. Yeah, the censors will have to get out on that one. Get the timestamp. It's 8 minutes ish in, and we'll.
But if anyone's earned the right to just go F-bomb it, I'm out. I don't need this anymore. It's Andy Reid. It's Travis Kelce. But I don't think either of them are built like that. They are this competitive window where they'll be like, right, let's do it for Pat, man. Let's do it for Pat. Pat's not here. Let's rally and let's do it for him. Yeah. And then they'll go on his podcast and be like, yeah, we're really bad because we haven't got the greatest player in the world. Like, we haven't got him. And like, we're going to suck. It's going to be a really big transition. Oh my God, no. There's that. And then he will retire when Patrick Mahomes comes back. So Kelce has 2 years, and so does Andy Reid. And then when Pat comes back, he'll be like, I just don't love football anymore. I'm just going to go and spend my life with my billionaire wife.
Yeah.
After a decade more than a decade, I think, Trav, isn't he? Like, he's been around for some time.
Yeah. He's already got his Hall of Fame career. He's already got his rings. He's already got everything you could possibly want in life.
And like he's like a smart Gronk, isn't he, as well? So like, if Gronk's doing all right, he's obviously investing well, and he's got a job. I think Trav will be okay. And yeah, like you say, billionaire wife doesn't hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. On other injury news, Micah Parsons, another non-contact injury, another torn ACL. It did not look good. As soon as he went down, it didn't look good at all. And it's been confirmed it's torn ACL. So again, that's really difficult for him. It's really difficult for the Packers as well, because not only is he done for this season when they're in the Super Bowl hunt, similar timeline, when's he going to be at his explosive best? Probably not going to be for the week 1 next year. So he's going to take time to get ramped up if he's even ready to go in some fashion at the beginning of the year. And they've just given up two first-round picks, the next 2 first-round picks as part of that. And there's the cap hit as well, which, to be fair, the cap hit for them, I don't think is that bad next year. but it is the year after. 27, it's really, it really hits hard. So yeah, that was brutal on what was generally a horrible week for the Packers. At that point, it was 3 quarters in. They were up by 2 scores against the Broncos, and Parsons went out with an ACL. Christian Watson went down on that incredible play interception by Pat Surtain, the deep ball from Jordan Love. And when he went down, we thought it was suspected it might be a broken collarbone. It's not. They've said they've not been specific about the injury, but they said there's no lung damage, there's no long-term injury, which is really good. They think he might be able to play on Saturday, but it's a short week with it being a Saturday game, so I'm skeptical whether he'll be there then. But there's still a chance, so that's positive news. Less positive, their right tackle, Zach Tom, injured his knee, and probably their best lineman. Has been absolutely fantastic for them this season, so that's going to be a huge loss. Really, really big loss for them.
Are the Packers just cosplaying as the Lions? Is that what's going on here? Like, just, oh, you went to the playoffs with a bunch of injuries. Well, not to be outdone.
The main difference is the Packers are receiving it both sides of the ball, whereas the Lions last year, it was just their defense. Their defense got absolutely brutalized last year, and their offense was able to roll and roll and roll, whereas the Packers this year are not going to be able to do anything anymore, and Jordan Love's just going to have to run around in a circle like his head has been chopped off. I was trying to think of what the big Looney Tune chicken was called, and I can't remember his name.
It's Foghorn Leghorn, mate.
That's it, Foghorn Leghorn. Thank you. Like Foghorn Leghorn.
There is talk that Zach Tom might play the weekend as well. But again, it's touch and go. Their starting safety, Evan Williams, sprained his knee, though, and he's week to week, so he's probably going to miss at least a fortnight. So not as horrendous as it looked on the day, when it all just seemed to fall apart in the space of about 20 minutes for them. But still, it's really not a good position for them to be in right now.
And they've got you guys at the weekend, I've just seen. So it's Green Bay, Chicago. God, that's really too close to the last time you had played one another. Like, wounds are still fresh, and now they're down to pretty influential players.
You looked at that game. The most important player for the Packers on that game was Christian Watson. He annihilated the Bears.
God, yeah, I forgot it was Watson that was doing all that.
It just destroyed them. I said it at the time, the reason the game was so close is because he kept scoring too fast. So without him, it changes the game script completely. It's a huge difference. And even if Tom's not fit or is not playing, and that Bears, they just constantly blitzed last time, and Jordan Love had a field day. He was like, blitz all you want, you're not getting anywhere near me.
Yeah, have at it.
If that line can get at him, then it could be a very, very different situation.
Currently, Packers are 91% chance to make the playoffs, 54% chance to win the division, and 13% chance to make the Super Bowl. So that's interesting. They're only slightly ahead of Chicago, but that'll be flipped by the time this week comes around, I think.
Yeah. I think so. I think the news of how the Watson and Tom injuries go will change that. If they are ready to go by Saturday, then I think people will be back on the Packers train and say, I think they can live without Micah. But interesting to see. They're a well-coached team, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. On that, if we're talking Bears as well, we said it last week, the Rome Odunze injured his bone in his foot. And I'd said at the time, I thought it'd probably be a 4 to 6 week injury. And then suddenly he was, we're going to be ready he's going to be playing. It's a game time decision. And I messaged you guys, didn't I, that day, and said, if you've got him in your fantasy lineups, take him out, because if he's there, he's running decoys, he's not ready for it. He's probably on a snap count. And then he got injured in pre-game warm-ups, which is
almost
game in a row.
5 minutes after you said take him out, then the news broke that he went that he was out as well. I was like, some kind of Nostradamus thing here.
It's interesting because same thing happened last week with Kyle Gordon. Kyle Gordon, yeah, he's going to play, although he's been a bit beat up. 5 minutes for, he's injured himself in warm-ups. He can't play now. And I don't know whether it was a bit of gamesmanship and Ben always knew he wasn't going to play. And a little bit of it was, let's let them game plan for a doomsday, but we're not playing with him. It's going to be a Luther Burden week. But when he was asked about it yesterday, Ben Johnson said all options are on the table. There may be a case we need to protect him from himself a little bit so he can help us down the road. So there's a reasonable chance here that they actually shut him down until the end of the season. Maybe bring him back in week 18 against the Lions if they really need him, if it's a win and in. But to be honest, it didn't look like they needed him at the weekend. So yeah, I'd rather give him as much rest as possible if they can to not re-aggravate this, because these kind of things linger and you've got a guy running routes that can't really do anything and he actually just becomes a bit more of a burden than a help.
Yeah, you may as well, even if give him this week off probably, and then next week again put him on a snap count or have him active, but don't put him out there unless you definitely need to. If seasons are on the line and such, then go for broke, for lack of a better phrase, I guess. So yeah, fair enough. Be interesting. I'm dying to see what the Bears are going to do in the playoffs. So I hope they're there with the full rack of players.
Yeah, me too. Couple more injuries. Jaden Daniels has finally been shut down for the season.
Finally.
He should have been shut down about a month ago, but he has, and I think it's the right thing. Hopefully he can get fit because he's such an exciting player to watch when he's fit. So let's get him back for next season. And Devante Adams, that one did not look good. That he just pulled up lame on the middle of that route against the Lions. Apparently it's a hamstring injury. It's just a re-aggravation. It's nothing new. So they think it's week to week. So it's not. My immediate thought when he pulled up was, right, that's him done. He's done for the season. And then shortly after that, Puka went down as well, didn't he? But then fortunately came back in. But yeah, it looks like he's going to shouldn't be too bad. And they should get him back for the playoffs.
With Adams, anyway, all he runs is 5-yard routes.
That's true. He can just stand in the corner of the end zone and just wait for Stafford to throw it to him. Yeah.
Stand on your tiptoes and fall over. That's it. Like
those electronic goalkeepers. He's got.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. And he'll still get another 6 touchdowns before the end of the season. And Ricky Pearsall, probably the most disappointing player for me all season. A guy I was so hyped for at the beginning of the year. I think I said it in our previous show. I thought it was going to be brilliant. He's not quite lived up to that, but he's still been important for the 49ers. He's aggravated his PCL injury. The extent of that is not publicly known yet, last time I checked. But there is a potential chance that he's now done for the rest of the regular season at least. So he might be back for the playoffs.
Then they're not going to get a bye, I think. So this is where you start like Cit people. I don't know if they've have they clinched a playoff spot yet? No,
nobody's clinched.
There's only 2 playoff spots clinched, isn't there? It's Denver and LA,
New England. Oh, is it LA? Rams clinched in there.
New England thought they had, and then something happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gee, Alex, what happened? We've still got a couple of I don't know. Probably more people have been injured.
Yeah, that's injuries for now. I guess the key ones anyway.
Just massive injuries, not many injuries, so that's cool.
Yeah.
However, there was a firing this week.
Was there?
Yeah, the Jets fired their defensive coordinator, Steve Wilkes.
Was he the problem all along?
Well, the Jets, they obviously they got a 48 bomb dropped on them this week. They were awful. They didn't have a single sack against Trevor Lawrence. He escaped sackless. 10 technically, I'm going to bail out that one. Anyway, they also haven't had an interception this year.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah, it's week 15. They haven't had an interception at all. They've had a.
Gee,
they've had
I wonder if they should have gotten rid of their superstar cornerback, Sauce Gardner.
Well, they're absolutely excellent run stopper, Quinnen Williams. But like they have had. This has been a debate on Twitter because they have had a turnover, but it was a special teams turnover. It was not a defensive turnover. They punched the ball out in a punt return and then were landed on the ball. So it doesn't count as
the same as when people celebrated Andy Murray winning Wimbledon and saying, yes, a UK winner, and Scotland went, whoa, Scottish winner. Let's have less of that. Thank you very much. Like,
he represented Great Britain in the Davis Cup. He represented the Great Britain in the Olympics. He's British. What are we doing here? Like, you can't
the
claim
same
all of
debate
his
about
things.
Drew McIntyre being a WWE champion, the first like UK WWE champion. People are like, oh well, he's Scottish actually. I'm like, mate, get off, come on.
Anyway, Wilkins has never been anywhere. He's been in the NFL for years, right? Everyone knows Steve Wilkins. He's a household name in the NFL. I was shocked to learn he's never been anywhere more than a year.
5 one and dones in a row, isn't it?
Yeah.
Steve Wilkes. Yeah.
Someone keeps giving him a job. I don't know what's going to happen now. I guess the Raiders will give someone a job. The Raiders will give anyone a job.
He's got an incriminating hard drive somewhere, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We always talk about injuries. We never talk about players coming back. Well, Anthony Richardson is back, everybody. Woohoo!
Opticians of the world unite.
Amazing. He got announced that he was getting reactivated on Monday, and then Tuesday, the head coach of the Colts went, "Nah, Philip Rivers is going to start on Monday. It's all right, people." It's going to be
incredible. Like, welcome back. Sit down. God bless him. How bad you got to be? How bad do you have to be benched for Philip Rivers? Look, I thought Phil looked great in parts this week, and I think everybody really wanted to see him do well. But you'd have thought that Richardson would be actually no, because they still want to make the playoffs. Richardson isn't the way. Yeah, no, fine. I get it now. I've talked myself into it. It's Philip Rivers to go all the way now.
Yeah,
it's useful to have him back though, because there is no arm strength left in Phil. So if they need a deep ball, or they need some kind of play action where they might need to hint a run, then sticking Anthony Richardson in there for a couple of plays isn't the worst idea. Because he has got a cannon.
You're basically saying, hey, defense, we're going along, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stood there, Phil Rivers like stubbing out a cigarette. And just stood next to him, and it's like, well, clearly the ball is coming to me.
Put them both next to each other. Like when Aaron Rodgers just stands there with his hands on his hips at a tush push.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot, to be honest with you. That was really, really good. I did see, I forget his name now, but there's a guy who used to play for the Raiders and the Browns. He's awesome on TikTok. I think he's trying to like get out there as a pundit nowadays. But he was talking about the way that no, I can't remember. His wife's a bigger like TikToker than he is, and
Isaiah
technically now she's probably more space. Yeah,
it's Isaiah Rochelle.
Yeah. So he was talking about how your insurance works in the NFL once you retire. So you get 5 years of insurance paid for. So, he was talking about, like we had a kid and it would have been $30,000, but the NFL paid for that because I was still in the 5 years of my insurance. Well, Philip Rivers has had 5 years of his insurance and now has gone back in to start again. So when he retires again, he should be eligible for a further 5 years. Bearing in mind, he also has 10 kids. And they all fall under Philip Rivers' insurance as paid for by the NFL. So, like, forget how much they're paying him. He could make it all back in
premiums.
Yeah, one of his kids is like 23 and they've just had a kid. That would have been $30,000 that the NFL paid. Like that kind of thing really does like make that difference. To have a decade of paid for insurance.
Yeah, there's There's that interview where he said, "Oh yeah, my wife thinks I'm crazy because there's times in this I've not been playing where I want to get hit," and the insurance company just be like, "Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do." Thanks, Phil.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah. How was your day, honey? I just dreamt that Myles Garrett obliterated me.
And his wife
Did
is,
they? Do the Browns have the Colts? Like, surely Miles going up against him, that would be horrible, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And all I keep seeing is Miles being really nice to people on like the Brown social media are clearly putting out his best like highlights and whatnot.
Yeah.
So does he have it in him to like? What if it came to it and he needed that one more sack to get the record? And it turned out that it's Phil Rivers, and he's like, either I kill this old man and get the record, or I like pull up.
It will be Michaels v. Ric Flair. I'm sorry, I love you.
Sorry, I love you. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Browns do not meet the Colts for the rest of this season, but
disappointing.
That would have been fun. I guess speaking of, is it news? Is it bangers? Has anybody put Myles Garrett in the bangers of trash now? Right. So news. Myles Garrett, 22 sacks are we on now, or 21 and a half?
It's 21 and a half.
I wasn't sure if they'd overturned the half one. There was also that weird moment where I forgot who they were playing now, but
Chicago.
Of course they were, yeah. Caleb was laid on the ground on the ball on top of a fumble, and Myles puts his hands on him, and the commentators were like, "Oh, is that how he just broke the record?" And nobody could decide whether or not it counted. I don't think it did count.
No.
Because he was already on 21 and a half by then. But yeah, I didn't know if they'd like overruled it and put it up. But yeah, he's there, isn't he?
If you're Myles Garrett and you're there, do you just go, I want this as my sack to break the record? And you're, this is a really lame way. This is a really lame highlight. Yeah, unless you really lean into it, just go.
Yeah. There's another wrestling analogy there, but I think we've done too many of those. So it's the finger poke of doom is for any wrestling fans out. But yeah, so it could literally be like he touched him and be like, yay. Like when Homer bowls a perfect game and that one balloon falls out the sky to get the perfect, the 300. Like it would have been such an anticlimax. I would have kind of loved it. But yeah, he's gonna easily do it this year, if not this week, when the Cleveland Browns play Buffalo. That'd be interesting.
Would you like a really cool Myles Garrett stat about his sack record?
I would love a cool Myles Garrett stat about his stat.
Obviously, he's just half a sack behind for the record, or for a sack to claim the record. He's been on field for 437 pass plays this season. Michael Strahan was on field for 567 plays when he set the record, and TJ Watt was on it for 618 plays when he tied it. Myles Garrett has not only been the greatest defensive this season. When he beats the sack record, he would have been the greatest defensive player of all time.
I follow a dude on TikTok. You may have seen him. He does a lot of illustrations on sports records and how it works out and stuff. He did one on Myles Garrett, and he was talking about Myles Garrett. It hasn't just nearly broke it. He'll definitely break it, but he hasn't just done it in a dominant performance. It's a incredibly difficult way that he's actually achieved it, because with the Browns being behind a lot of the time, a lot of teams are running it. So there's actually less opportunity for Myles to sack anybody. So he's actually doing it at a 20% more efficient rate than what TJ Watt was, because of the amount of actual plays that you can get a sack on. So he's just going in and doing it under that, which I thought was insane. Basically, that he can average it one every 17 snaps or something like that. He gets a sack, whereas TJ was doing it one every 20 something. So it's absolutely mad that he's even like getting out there. If the Bills just want to be a pain about it this week, just don't throw it all. Just hand the ball off every single time. Be like, no, I'm not going to be on your highlight reel. Thank you, sir.
We'll just feed James Cook to you.
Yeah. Poor James Cook.
And what's wild, they said it in the week as well, that he is incredible. He is top 3 defensive players because of, like, I love Aaron Donald. And I think I prefer Aaron Donald, but for several years, he had a significantly better team around him. And had a really strong offense. So, again, a lot more passing. So, when he looked really good, he was set up to look good because it was a lot more obvious passing plays. But Myles Garrett has done this. He's never, in any other season, led the league in sacks, which is bonkers. For how long he's been in now? What, 7, 8 years? Something like that now? Yeah. Since they took him at number 1. And for him to have never led it, and he's already a Hall of Fame player. He's easily a first ballot Hall of Fame defensive end. And I thought that was absolutely insane. When I think TJ Watt's probably done it 3 times, maybe. He's either been injured or he's got sack leader. So for him to not be injured and not be sack leader this year is quite a surprise for TJ Watt.
Yeah, and not to continue the glaze too much more because we have got other things to talk about. But the career sack record was done by a dude who's got like 200 and something. And Myles Garrett is set to break that in the next few years. So as long as he continues to play at the rate that he is doing, doesn't necessarily have to break it every year, but he's got a good chance at being the all-time like sack leader, not just the single season. So I think he'll probably strive on to do that. He'll be like sacking people in his 40s if he has to.
just to get that figure up there, like Frank Gore of defensive ends.
Exactly. Do we have any more news, or are we on to bangers? Where are we at?
Just 2 more. One is a very quick and easy one. Alan Lazard no longer plays for the Jets. So when he clears
was
waivers,
he the problem all along? Wow, him and Steve Wilkins just walking out the door hand in hand this week, eh?
So when he clears waivers, he will be on the Steelers, and it will surprise no one.
Sorry, Thielen. We've got
like Roger carries around like one of those little trolls. Just does his hair before the game.
This one is a meme backfiring and then succeeding as well. Joel, I think you've got a pop-up to play.
I'll hit the graphic.
Yeah. The bunny is gone.
Oh, so soon.
Rest in peace, the bunny that has now replaced Pete's face.
You mean the positivity rabbit from the Eagles locker room?
The positivity rabbit was taken away after they got beat by the Chargers. It certainly worked because the Eagles went on and absolutely annihilated the Raiders 31-0 this week. So the positivity rabbit appearing and then disappearing worked. Or was it the Raiders? We don't know. I'm sure we'll get onto it in Bangers and Trash. We definitely will.
The positivity rabbit was the friends that we made along the way, Alex. That's what Jameis Winston would say. I really hope that he's got like a book or something of just inspirational quotes that I can like quote from next season. That'd be incredible.
If he does not, I will try and make you one for your birthday. Just
thank you very much. You have until November 2nd next year. You've got
Jameis Winston
10 months.
A Jameis Winston thing, and it will be a photoshopped image of Jameis Winston shirtless, just shouting Duval while he rides his horse.
Duval. On to Bangers and Trash.
Totally original, legal and distinct bangers and trash audio. Back to you in the studio.
Alex forgot about the sound drop of the Bangers and Trash. Make sure that we aren't going to get copyright flagged for using a licensed bit of music that I clearly pay Canva for. Curse you, corporations. So yeah, here we are, Bangers and Trash. What a week. I'm going to just quickly start off with trash because we'll end up talking a little bit more probably about a bit of this here and there. And then I've put, quote, what is this? Blowout city? Chicago, Baltimore, Jacksonville, Houston, and Philly blew the doors off of the Browns, the Bengals, the Jets, the Cardinals, and the Raiders. I think pretty certain they're all early slate games as well. And like it was just kind of, it was a bit dull. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not enjoy a blowout. It does nothing for me, especially when all the teams that are being beat are, eliminated from playoff contention anyway before we even start. So yay for Chicago, Baltimore, Jacksonville, Houston, and Philadelphia, who all continue to have a shot at the playoffs. So yeah, that's my trash. I'm getting it out of the way. Oh, actually, I will just check it out there. Just get all of my trash done. Dolphin math. Maths collapsed pretty fast after yesterday spending a whole 2.5 minutes talking about how the Dolphins could mathematically still make it into the playoffs. They just lost. They just gave up. They're like, nah, that sounds like a lot of work, son. And they bailed. And I've just seen Mike McDaniel has said that he may start somebody else at QB this week.
Yeah, and I think I'd put it in there to talk about Tua as well. Like if you watch this, if you just look at the figures, Tua looks like he had a good game. 22 of 28, and 2 touchdowns and interception. But he was not good. A lot of that was right at the very end, and he kind of pumped the figures up. Darren Wall just being inhuman. But he was sacked 4 times for 31 yards, and you looked at him like, those sacks are on you, mate. He took so long. He just held the ball. You could see wide open passes that just take what the defense is giving you. And the fact that the Steelers' defense and cornerbacks generally give you loads, and he wasn't doing it. He was rubbish yesterday. And it was so frustrating to watch. I mean, I'm in a cash fantasy league, and I had Achan and somebody else. The person I was playing had Waddle, so it worked out really nicely for me because Waddle did nothing or very little because Tua was pants. But yeah, I can see why he's going, yeah, let's look at who's the backup, Mike White? Who even is the Dolphins' backup?
I don't know. Tua was the backup, wasn't he? Isn't that the joke? Like, didn't they already bench him once for somebody else and then they had to play Tua? Like,
yeah. But like, what did we expect?
Is Zach Wilson?
It's Zach Wilson. Apologies.
whoa,
Yeah.
Now you're talking. I'm back, baby.
What did we expect? It was a cold weather game. What did we expect? The funny joke is, Miami can't play in cold weather. Well, it's not just a joke. They literally can't. They've got an 0-14 streak when they're playing in under 40 degrees. That's 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which Pete and Joel, you guys are smart human beings. What's that, like 10 degrees?
It's less than that. It's actually quite cold.
It's actually quite cold, okay.
It's actually quite cold. That's the scientific.
It's 4 degrees.
It's 4 degrees. It's 4 degrees. Yeah. So they're on a 0-14 streak when under 4 degrees. We've all stood on sidelines in less than 4 degrees, and we've all played team sports in less than 4 degrees. I certainly have. Yeah. Tua has an 0-6 record when he plays in less than 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius. They have not finished in the playoffs for 25 years now. I'm really sorry, but we've talked about it before, and I've said it before. Fire Mike McDaniel. You already fired your GM. Get rid of Tua. Blow the whole thing up. You've got a running back you can build around. Jalen Waddle's okay, and Tyreek Hill's the next Antonio Brown. So just deal with it. You're going to suck for a little while. That division is the Thanos perfectly balanced. We've made this joke as well before, where there are 2 teams that suck and 2 teams that are really good, and it is perfectly balanced and it's a lot of fun. But stop it now. Like, this is, I'm glad they were eliminated because everybody, Joel saying last week that they might make the playoff by this. I saw it all over my Twitter feed as soon as he said it, and I was like, I'm sick of this now. Yeah. Go away. Sure.
I love it. He's had enough. The Chiefs and Dolphins still have the same win-loss record, by the way. We reported on that last week of the picture of Tiger Woods and the dude that looks
John
like
Daly.
Rob Ryan or Rex Ryan.
John Daly.
There you go. And they are still in lockstep. And now, what happens? Does Gardner Minshew? I just want to know which one of those two teams is going to get more wins now. Is it Kansas? Is it Miami? I've got a funny feeling it's going to be Miami.
Yeah, because I've got the Jets this week, which is just like a bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got somebody really rubbish, haven't they, this week?
They are up against the. Can't see it. No, it's not the Jets.
Oh, Jets got the Saints.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, okay. So that's a good game to get your offense right.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because they can't get rid of Tua. If they cut him this season, it's a 70 million cap hit next year. But he needs to be a very expensive backup, a la Deshaun Watson. Go and get Jacoby Brissett. If you want to run it back with Mike McDaniel and see what it's like with a better quarterback, go and get Jacoby Brissett, somebody like that, and see how he does for a year with Mike McDaniel, and then you can decide whether you need to just blow it all up and get rid of everybody after that because you can afford to then.
Yeah, and you, I guess, benefit from still being able to have the Waddle and Achan in their youth. You can lose a year off of them. They're not in the kind of win now. All of our guys are starting to age out like the Chiefs are doing. So yeah, you might be right to do something like that. Just having a look, by the way, like I've just realized that in this list of things on ESPN that I look at for games, you can get a ticket for as low as $13 this week, and that would be the Jets Saints.
I bet you can.
Yeah, and now I'm wondering how much is it to fly to New Orleans?
I mean, you could fly to New Orleans, have a hotel, watch a football game, and fly back, and it'd still be about a quarter the price of a World Cup ticket. So,
not as of today.
Have they changed it?
Yeah, people have introduced new £42 tickets for every game.
Well, they said that before it started, and
to one lucky winner.
Shot it up.
Yeah, so they've actually stuck to it.
Okay.
They've announced it there. So these £42 tickets will not be affected by dynamic pricing.
Right.
And all 6 of them will go on sale to anybody who has a specific code.
Yeah. They're actually parking spaces.
You have to sweep up after you as well, and then get deported. Timely reference. Yeah, so that's some of my trash out of the way for all of that. Who's got some bangers to talk to me about?
Can I talk about Chicago Bears? Because I've not talked about them for a while.
It'd be rude not to. Hold on, let me just get one of these up. Let me just get crack on.
I don't want to talk too much about this because the Browns were abject. They were awful, but there's a couple of interesting stats that came out of this game. In the entire first half, the Cleveland Browns had 1 first down. By the end of the third quarter, they had 3. So after 3 quarters of football, they had 3 first downs and the Bears had 4 touchdowns, which is impressive, particularly given that 2 of those first downs were absolute bombs to Isaiah Bond right down the middle. He just torched them. I'm like, why have you only tried this twice? Give it a few more times. It's working. It's the only play that you've got that's working. And it was very effective. It wasn't all on Shedeur. I think the ridiculous interception from Jalen Johnson over Jerry Jeudy. No idea how Jeudy dropped that. It just kind of like came to me and went, there you go. It was like he handed it off to JJ. No idea it was interception until Jalen Johnson just walked off looking really smug. And I thought, you looked at it and went, why are you so smug that just scored a touchdown? And then he pulled the ball up like a magician. Ta-da! And really thought, oh, yeah. It caught me off guard. But in that, the Bears were great in all 3 phases, probably the first time all season. They had an incredible pin down at the 1 yard line on special teams. The defense had 3 interceptions. Swift, DJ Moore, Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, Caleb Williams all played great on offense. They played well all over the pitch, which was really, really positive to see. Some interesting stats. PFF's top, if you put all the wide receivers and tight ends in the league, all the rookies, the two highest graded receivers per PFF out of every single rookie is number one is Colston Loveland and number two is Luther Burden, which is an impressive draft. When you particularly consider they also got Monungai and they got Ozzy Trapio there, starting left tackle as well. The touchdown pass to DJ Moore, which was frankly obscene, utterly ridiculous. No idea how it came up.
Witchcraft. I text you I've watched it a lot in slow motion, and I still can't see it. It's starting to think it's AI. That's where I'm at now. It just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just like.
Yeah,
I did really like Caleb Williams' comment on it, though. I really did. Like, he was asked about it afterwards, and he just went, "I can make any throw."
Yeah, was that a risky throw? No, I can make any throw. Yes, that confidence I love. But that was his 1,000th career pass, and with that, in his first 1,000 career passes, he's thrown only 12 interceptions, which is NFL record. I think the other two are Jacoby Brissett. In the top three is him, Jacoby Brissett, and Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, it's fantastic. He protects the ball really well, and that's part of the reason why his passing stats, his completion rate is so low. Is because actually a lot of the time when he's going to take a bad sack, now less than last season, when he's going to take a bad sack or throw an interception, he just throws it away. So he does a lot of throwaways rather than put the ball in harm's way.
Right, fair enough.
Fuming. Absolutely livid. Pete stole my stat.
That's it. Papers everywhere. I'm gonna off-rail this a little bit and just say, since we talked about the game, can I finally talk bad about Shedeur Sanders and how it's not racism? He's just not very good.
No.
Or have I got to wait another week? Because so far he played the Titans, the Raiders, and everyone's like, see, and then he played a competent team and just absolutely, S'd the B. It just horrible.
Yeah, but like we discussed this like off pod, and I'll discuss it on pod. Like, yes, he had 3 interceptions, and they were all awful, and he didn't have any touchdowns, and they were it's really terrible. Oh my god! But like we've just discussed that, like we have no idea how Jerry Jeudy drops the ball and how Johnson turns up with the interception. For the other one, Kevin Stefanski gave him the wrong armband. Yeah, like we talked about Stefanski wanting to sabotage him before, and what is he doing? He's giving us more examples of it, and that's not on. And yes, that one was on him, and the third one was his fault. I will give you that. The last one was his fault. So
yeah, what really surprised me is I was looking at it. The Browns had 6 penalties for 21 yards. That's not me Googling it, but that doesn't seem right because it felt like, there were 8 times and 2 of them weren't accepted. But it felt like every drive they were killing themselves with a penalty as well. They just seemed really badly coached, which was, frustrating. It wasn't all on him, but a lot of it was. They've got a bad line to start with, and that line was beat up, and he's not got very good receivers. But you'd hope to see more from him. He had a couple of flashes, but not enough, I don't think.
He's doing enough to start next year. New coach, new this, new that. It's similar story to Caleb Williams, really. Like it's just going to be, things will change. He'll mature another year, blah blah blah, and he'll be perfectly fine. And all of the nonsense that people are talking like myself will be kind of like gone by the wayside. Because I had a problem with Caleb Williams talking a lot of nonsense beforehand, and I prefer it when the field takes the reins. And Caleb's absolutely proved me right. Do I still think he's a bit of an insufferable ass? Yes, I do. But I don't have to listen to him. I just don't watch Caleb Williams interviews, and my life is better, so I can enjoy watching him on the field. So I'm going to do the same with Shador next year. This year, I'm allowed to hate. I'm going to watch every damn thing he says, and boy, I will hate everything that comes out of him. And then next year, I'll just not listen to him and see if he's any good.
The other thing, just quickly on that first, and it was a good one for the Bears, was the Packers lost, the Lions lost, and the Vikings won despite being eliminated. So it helps because they have to face Packers on the last week. So if they start to get hot now, that helps the Bears. And even if they don't, it just makes their draft position worse. So, which is a good thing. So all of those things, actually, it was as good a weekend real as it could have got. Even if the Bears are feeling ambitious and think, oh, I wonder if we can get the 1 seed. I don't think they can from the Rams and the Seahawks. So I think, do they face each other this week? That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
But the Rams looked a bit beat up as well. So yeah, interesting times ahead, I think.
Just one finally on the Bears. I saw this stat and I want it to be true completely because I think it would be really funny that it actually happens this year. But the Bears have scored 365 points this year. The last time they scored 400 was in 2018. 1985, however, is their highest ever scoring points in an NFL season with 456. So they only need 92 points to become the highest scoring team in franchise history.
You heard it here first. The best Bears team of all time was the 85 Bears. We should get that, market that as much as we can do. Alex pulled that out from absolutely nowhere, from oblivion. The 85 Bears were a good team. Wow. And not since then have they been. So, gosh, who knew? Eh? Learn something every day. You can prove anything with numbers.
Yeah, I'm not going to harp on the Bears anymore. It was a good week, but it was a boring game. You're right. It was very, very, very one-sided, and it seemed like it was over pretty much from kickoff.
Yeah, so it lost my interest pretty quickly because of how one-sided it was. And I didn't think that you'd get the chance to watch it. So I thought, well, I'll keep it on and I'll watch it. I was like, it was a weird kind of like hate watch for me. So not the Bears, but I had 3 games on and Red Zone on the TV. It was the Bears game, obviously a blowout. It was Jacksonville versus the Jets, blowout. And then it was Saints Carolina, and that just didn't go how I wanted it to. So it really was not the best multi-box I've ever had on my TV. But hey, ho. That's so it's done. Alex, got anything good, anything bad? Got any bangers, any trash?
Right, Pete talked about his. I'm not going to go in as in depth. We've already covered it. The Los Angeles Chargers beat the Kansas City Chiefs, knocked them out of the playoffs. Hooray for everybody in LA, all 12 of us that support the Chargers. So hooray for us. The cool thing is it's Justin Herbert, man. It's Justin Herbert. Like everyone says, the most important position in your team is the quarterback. The second most important position is your backup QB. The third most important position is his backup. But Justin Herbert is him. He's the guy. And I can wax lyrical about him. He's now passed Patrick Mahomes for the most passing yards in his first 6 seasons. There's only 3 people to have 3,000 yards, 20 TDs, 6 years straight. It's Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, and now Justin Herbert. He's the dude, man. He's got an O-line of bums. He's got no real weapons that are on form or there. His running game has been hit and miss because they've been in the treatment table more than they've been on the field. And he's got one hand, and yet he's still doing all of this. He is phenomenal. He is amazing. And I can tell you next year when Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt are fit, and if they stay healthy, this Chargers team is going to be scary.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. The interesting thing that I find when it comes to that as well is I really like the Broncos. I've been riding them all season, but I can see that being, this year's like Washington last year or the Lions the year before, where it's that kind of out of nowhere team. I don't know if it will be, but it's very possible that the Broncos drop a step or whatnot. Nobody saw that coming. What the Chargers have done is they've consistently got better and better and better. And as the division has got kind of better, but also kind of worse, where the Raiders have gone from a mid-card team to absolute bottom feeders. The Chiefs are aging themselves out. And, is it just like a one-season hero for the Broncos? So, yeah, Chargers could be pretty deadly to look out for, hoping that injuries don't curse every damn season that they have, because that, to me, is the only thing. I can't think of a position that they are struggling at, which is mad. Like, what do they do in the draft? Depth. And what does depth do? It wins you a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Get a replacement for Khalil Mack. Get a natural successor there and just build up that defense, because you're right, Herbert and Hampton and even Vidal's shown that he's a more than capable backup running back still on a cheap contract as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll go wide receiver and they'll just go depth on defense, I think is how it's going to end up playing out for them. But the basis is there to be a really exciting team for a long time.
And this draft is defense loaded.
Yeah, there's a ton of DEs, isn't there?
Yeah, like DNs, linebackers. There's even like some deep safety help. So if you wanted to get a second person for Derwin James and just completely like free him up and let him just run rampant like he did this Sunday. He just ran wild and went mad. One final one on the Chargers before I do. Did any of you see Tony Jefferson sit on Rashid Rice?
God, how... If I had a nickel for every time Rashid Rice was folded in half, look, I'd have 2 nickels. But it's weird that it happened twice. That's the insane. Oh, that poor boy. I wanted to write like a letter to his family apologizing on behalf. I
mean, kind of. And then Tony Jefferson was so jacked by this Rashid Rice hit. So amazingly hyped. 2 plays later, he gets ejected because he went helmet to helmet. He went helmet to helmet and then squared up and started fighting every Chiefs like offensive player that would come near him.
That's one too many smelling salts, isn't it? Like he's just like, yeah. But yeah, boy, that when you can hear the entire crowd go "oh" at the same time, you both love it and go, "Is he okay?" Like it was, yeah. What a hit! God, I miss that kind of like blow him up type of hit. We've seen a few now. It's slowly but surely sneaking its way back into the game. As long as they hit him hard and in the midsection, we could have a lot of like smash mouth football. That'd be cool as hell.
Just picture Chris Tucker bending over and going, "You just got knocked out."
Yeah. It's so good. I'm just looking at the like AFC playoff picture, like odds and things. ESPN have got like a really cool thing that chart that I've been looking at. And so Chargers to make the playoffs, 95%. To win the division, still got 11% shot. And then to make the Super Bowl, 10%, which doesn't sound like a lot. But Denver have got a 26% shot. And then everyone below them, New England, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Chargers, Houston, have all got somewhere between 10 and 15% shot. So it's all very, very close around there. And if Denver just, make a false step in the playoffs when they get there, I assume they'll get the bye and then in their first week drop off to one of these. It's just like one of the craziest open. Good God, I would love any one of these to win this type of things, which I guess probably like leads on to, I'm going to go bangers here. Bangers. The AFC is wide open for a fun time in the playoffs. We are guaranteed a new matchup in the Super Bowl thanks to Kansas City being knocked out this week. I sent this picture to the pair of you, but I'm going to drop it in here. So, from CBS Sports, only 6 QBs have represented the AFC in the last 22 Super Bowls. Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, and then we've got Joe Flacco and Joe Burrow, who both have 1 each. So that's already a crazy enough stat. And then you couple that with the actual list of the years, and all you see essentially Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, and a couple of spatterings of people here. So since 2003, the AFC has been pretty locked in. Apart from that beautiful 2021 season with Joe Burrow making it. I kind of wish that he'd have won that, but I also wanted Stafford to win it too. So yeah, now we have the opportunity where, God, without the Chiefs, the AFC is just awesome. Denver, New England, obviously with Drake May, so it's a different New England where people don't hate him so much. But Denver, New England, Buffalo, Jacksonville, the Chargers, the Texans, Steelers to an extent. All, well, I would love to see any of them in the Super Bowl. I do not care on that side of the ball. Even Buffalo, who have been a good team, you just kind of want them to get there and finally get that win. And plus, everybody loves Josh Allen. Also, he's still got the love from being on Hard Knocks at the beginning of the season. He could be the first ever team to go from Hard Knocks to winning a Super Bowl. That would be awesome. It's just insane how the Chiefs being eliminated now makes this so much more fun. On the other side, the NFC, still bangers. We don't really, there's not a lot of hate for a lot of these teams. We've got Rams, Seahawks, Eagles, Niners, Green Bay, and then Tampa, Chicago, Detroit, even Carolina. They're all of those teams could be excellent in the playoffs. I genuinely think this might be the most fun matchups that we're going to get in many years. I think we're going to get some surprises.
And none of them look, apart from whoever the Bucs face, the Bucs and the Steelers, I think are probably both going to go one and done. But everyone else, they could all beat each other on any day. You just have no idea how it's going to play out on a week-to-week basis. It's going to be a bookie's nightmare, but it's going to be very, very exciting, unpredictable playoffs, I think.
NFC has always been more interesting. There's always been a lot less dominance on that side. We've had Brady and Mahomes on the AFC dominating most of the past 2 decades. So, that's still fun. I'm ready to see Jacksonville, Chicago, Denver, and the winner of the NFC South in the playoffs. Don't care. I'm just going to support whoever it is in the NFC South. Let's just take one for the division, Rivals aside, let's go on Tampa, go on Carolina, either or.
Yeah, it's like when you support another British football team in the Champions League. It's fine. They're playing Real. I don't care. I'll support them because they're more local than those people.
Yes, exactly.
Except if it's Man United.
Oh, yeah. The dude has a point.
If it's Man United, no one cares. If it's Man United, you want them to win. Man United, Real. Come on, Real. Galacticos. You're in the Galacticos. Yeah. And then
I still remember, I always supported the British team no matter what because I support Oldham Athletic and they're terrible. So I still remember jumping up and cheering when Solskjaer scored the winner against Munich in '99, and the look of pure hatred my dad gave me. He just turned around and was like, "You're not my son." And I was homeless from that day on.
Still is.
Still am. If anybody knows a place.
But yes, there you go. That's some bangers for me. God, I've been saying it for a couple of weeks, but I am so ready for playoff football now. If you could put me to sleep for 3 weeks, I'd be fine with it. Just wake me up and then be like, hey, guess what? Somehow the Chiefs came back. They could go full Palpatine. I don't know. There's going to be some kind of shenanigans going on, or Gardner Minshew happens to hit the bonus ball or whatever it is, or there's a Make-A-Wish thing. I don't know. We get the Chiefs somehow still managed to get in the playoffs because I've been asleep for 3 weeks. So yeah, get it injected into my veins. Who's up? Who's got something fun to talk about?
I will go, but first I will add on that. I bet you if you ask Oscar Isaac, he would recite that line, but say Mahomes. Like somehow Mahomes is back. Somehow he's returned.
If I ever slip into a coma, please reach out to Oscar Isaac to get him by my side when I wake up, so he can tell me that somehow Patrick Mahomes has returned to the Kansas City Chiefs are in the playoffs. Just do it. Get it sorted out.
That's an obscure movie reference of the day, everybody. Let's can we talk about Christian McCaffrey? Because he is awesome and utterly disgustingly great. But he's doing it a way that we would never have thought he would have been able to do it. So normally when we talk about Christian McCaffrey, we're like, oh, he got 6.8 yards per carry. He ran 200 yards. He's amazing. No. He's going off 3.3 yards a carry. The 49ers are all piling up on him. It's buckaroo with Christian McCaffrey, everybody. What's going to happen first? Is he going to buck off and break his kneecap? Is he going to injure an ankle? Is it going to be a high ankle sprain or a thigh? Nobody knows. But all he needs is 78 more rushing yards, 160 more receiving yards to make him one of the only 1,000 yard players, 1,000-yard receivers, 1,000-yard rushing. And I'm sorry, we've not talked about this for a little while. The MVP race is a quarterback thing. It will probably go to Drake May this year. It most likely will go to Drake May. But if Christian McCaffrey gets 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing yards, tell me he's not the most valuable player.
I mean, look, hear me out. Like Myles Garrett, man. Like, why is nobody like penning him for an actual MVP season? He is literally the most valuable person on there. Same goes for CMC. Like, yeah, we barely talk about CMC on this, and he has. It feels like he snuck around and got all of these yards from. I had no idea he was that close to doing the 1,000.
Bear in mind, he's done it before, so this would be the only person ever to do it twice.
Wow.
It's obscene. And like you say, at 3.3, this is the equivalent. This is the running back equivalent of Andy Dufresne with his tiny little hammer in Shawshank. He's just chipping away. It's taken long enough, but he's going to get there because he's siphoned the soul off the rest of the 49ers, as we mentioned a few times. He's just vampired energy off everybody and got there. And he's just ridiculous.
Is that why we haven't seen Brandon Ayuk?
I don't think Brandon Ayuk exists. I think he's a figment of our collective imagination.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. No, I like it. Yeah, a bit Tyler Durden-y.
Yeah.
Like you see him, right? Like, yeah. I see him. I'd be crazy if I didn't see him. Like, of course he's there.
I think it's some kind of fever, COVID-induced fever dream that none of us have got over yet. And I just want to check, when was he drafted? Because was it 2020?
2020, please be 2020.
I think it might have been 21.
2020.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow.
He's not real.
Seriously, he appears.
Yeah. It's a side effect of the vaccine. We all imagined Ayuk, but Big Pharma won't tell us about that.
There's only one way to prove this. We ask Aaron Rodgers if he can see him.
That's the best one,
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Can Aaron Rodgers see Brandon Ayuk? If so, Aaron, you can have him. Yeah. Come on, take him. Take him. Because Kyle Shanahan's thing that he said, we haven't seen him in forever. I personally haven't seen him in a month. Yes. Hasn't been an issue with our team at all. We've been plugging away. No big deal.
That's fantastic. I don't know, he's here somewhere.
I think it kind of is a big deal, Kyle.
What's crazy is he was stood next to him at the time.
Well,
Just leering into the camera like Death Note.
the picture that I've got is he instead of talking to a reporter, he's looking this way talking. So I don't know if he's talking directly at Brandon Ayuk to make sure that it is then okay.
What a conspiracy we've compiled here. Like, credit, like, all round there, guys. Like, Brandon Ayuk does not exist. That's the t-shirt will get made in the off season. We'll have two camps. Like, I can see Brandon Ayuk, or I can't see Brandon Ayuk, and then we'll know who's an anti-vaxxer. Like,
so then when if does the curse of Brandon Ayuk, when obviously the vaccinations have been done, does that get undone when the 49ers win a Super Bowl? So the second that they win a Super Bowl, Brandon Ayuk fades out from us that have had the COVID jab, kind of like Back to the Future.
Yes,
maybe.
I think so.
I wonder if he's just like Schrodinger's receiver. He doesn't exist until we see him.
We are having a generational run of references on this podcast today. Like, what a time. Sometimes we sneak the odd Disney reference in. Today, it's just banger after banger. We're cooking on all sorts of cylinders. Pete, keep the good times going. What have you got in bangers and trash, mate?
I'm going to do a trash, and I just want to talk about the Bengals. I've just popped an image in there for you. The Bengals sucked. And
I'm not allowed to put that image up.
You're not allowed to put that one up. Is there colourful language in there?
No. No, I was hyperbole. You said the Bengals sucked. I've put an image up for you. Like, careful. Okay.
Yeah, they were terrible against the Ravens, and just a bit of a cryptic tweet came out afterwards. Where one of the fans was saying, at least Zach Taylor's only here for one more year. Now, the Brown family, who own the Bengals, confusing that the Bengals are owned by the Browns, are notoriously cheap. They're very, very cash poor. They can't spend very much money. So having $4 million tied up in Zach Taylor for him not to coach them next year is very against their ethos. But there probably does need to be a change, even if the issues are bigger on defense than on offense, they need to change. So somebody tweeted online, at least he's only here for one more year. To which Paul Dana Jr., who is a Bengals beat writer, but he's also the chief Bengals writer for The Athletic, so he's in the knowledge, just put about that ... And it's kind of intimating that have they extended him on the down low? Have they given him an extension and then not publicized it, because it'd be a horrible PR move for a 4-10 team to extend their head coach? Particularly, they've not made the playoffs for 3 seasons. They've got prime Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. They've also got Trey Hendricks on that side of the ball. Chase Brown's looked fantastic as a running back, and they've not made the playoffs for 3 seasons.
You know, when you drop this news, Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
When everything's like media's going crazy, just, by the way, we've extended him.
Yeah.
And then, you're off somewhere else.
So I mentioned to Joel off pod before, like we did it, that like Joe Burrow took to the podium and apologized like 10 times within a 6-minute speech. And it was the only way to describe it is like Joe Burrow's emo phase, where like where it was like, yeah, guys, I'm really sorry. Like I've got to be better. Today was me. This was one of the worst games I've played. Mental mistakes by me cost us. I've made the wrong call. Uncharacteristic mental mistakes, unforced errors. Surely something could have been better, Joe. Everything, man, just everything. Everything could have been better. Like, I said to Joel, I don't think he wants to be a Cincinnati Bengal anymore.
His body certainly doesn't.
I think he's done with this. I think the experiment has failed and their Super Bowl window is now closed. I don't.
There's only
think
two
he
ways
has
that
to.
we can turn this around for him. Either he gets a new backup QB, James Winston. Okay, so that's one. Number
Wow.
two, positivity rabbit. Yeah.
You only need it for 4 days, so it's not even expensive.
No.
I know where there's a second-hand one going, actually.
It's in a skip.
Yeah, if you can get to Philly in time, it's probably still available.
Do you know what this screams? Him with Chase and Higgins, and a dysfunctional organization just screams Matt Stafford and Megatron.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everything about that just is reminiscent of that kind of early 10s Lions team.
Higgins is going to retire, and then the other two are going to go elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I
don't think
necessarily
Burrow's
accept
ever
that.
leaving, by the way. I can't see an organization letting that walk out the door. It doesn't matter what they do. I just don't think that you can let that go.
You say that these guys are like notoriously cash poor and everything like that. They're obviously
Stingy as well.
Yeah, they're stingy. They're literally Scrooge McDuck, right?
Yeah.
Minus the pile of money that they dive into. There was this pile of quarters instead of pile of gold coins that they dive into, because they are still extremely rich human beings. They just don't like spending money. But they obviously paid him very well. They would, if the right trade came up, they would surely get rid of him. But also, if Joe Burrow went to them and said, "Hey, this isn't working out. We haven't been to play for 3 years. I'm in. So's Jamar. So's Chase. So's all of these. So's T. All of these guys are all amazing, right? Can I have a new head coach?" Do they say no? Because I don't think they do. I think they go, "Sure, Joe, whatever you want, man, whatever you want. Yeah, we'll give you everything." Because that's the way that it should go, really, isn't it?
But he said he wants Zach Taylor to stay. Because Zach Taylor works well for him. Just doesn't work well for anything else.
When was that before the injury? When was that this season? Was that this week? Because
that was in the last couple of weeks.
Because Emo Joe, I mean, he could be completely different. We're talking Tobey Maguire strutting down the street with a quiff and a black suit. This is the kind of thing we're talking here.
Yeah, I don't know is the honest answer. It's a bizarre situation where, like you say, the offense is good in his offensive mind, so he's doing what he should on there, but everything else isn't working. So something has to change, and it's not going to be Burrow. They've invested so much money on that side of the ball, something has to give, and I just don't know how they play it out.
The thing is, as well, that division is so open. Anyone could win it any year. Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, that there's no point in like blowing it up. It's not like Miami, who have got to like face now the Patriots are back and the Bills are awesome, so you've got to do something drastic. All you've got to do at Cincinnati is make a couple of small but impactful moves. Like, yeah, maybe get a different like head coach. And if Joe asks for one, Joe gets one. That's what you do. You keep him happy, because if you can just stop him from getting injured and keep getting hit, he's going to give you a hell of a chance to. All you've got to do is win that division, and boom, you're in the playoffs. There's a reason that Andy Dalton kept making the playoffs, because that division pretty open. What was it, every season, and then I don't think he ever got a playoff win, Dalton, for the Bengals. So it's just one of them where they've got enough onside for the offense that they really, really, really just have. Well, not O-line. They've just got to start protecting Joe, and then probably there's going to be a lot of free agency moves and trades and things to try and get that defense up. But they can still make the playoffs. Which is why I just don't think you get rid of Joe. I think that's it. And if you do, you have to send him to the NFC, because you sure as hell don't want him on the AFC side against, we've seen all of them teams that are contenders now. So you've got to sling him over to the other end. And then, you've got to try and find the right team on that side. So I think Burrow's just going to be a Bengal forever. I think they'll be in the Super Bowl within the next 5 years, maybe his last season or something crazy like that. But I think he's good enough to do it. And then we're going to be going, see, in 2025, we all said that he was going to make it.
Yeah. I've got another banger if you want another banger.
Yeah, get some bangers. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I want to talk about, and his numbers don't jump off the page, but Jalen Naylor.
J-Nay to his friends.
J-Nay.
Oh, God, that was a bit Forrest Gump, wasn't it?
I love you, J-Nay.
I saw Alex's eyes like J-Nay.
He got 2 touchdowns, but it was only 3 receptions out on 5 targets for 45 yards. So the stats didn't jump out, but 2 of those 3 passes were ridiculous. They were just ridiculous receptions. Big, acrobatic. One, he fell. I don't know if you saw it. He fell, landed really hard, and was on the floor, writhing in pain. So I think it was Justin Jefferson came up and did a revive like Call of Duty and just pretended to jab him in his ribs. Yeah, and I think for a guy that is 6th target there, maybe 5th or 6th, because he's behind Jefferson, is behind Addison, Hawkinson, Aaron Jones, maybe Mason if he's on the field. But yeah, it's probably 5th or 6th target in that. And I think he played really, really well, and he really showed out. And he's done that a few times this season as well. I think he's the type of player that could go somewhere else and really, really show out. He probably won't because it's an important part of that offense, but I think he deserves his falls this week because he looked great. Really, really good.
He's going to be in a bunch of like sleeper picks for like fantasy next year, and potentially need a guy to plug a flex spot in your fantasy playoffs. Have you thought about J-Nay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. I can see why he's sick, though. I've realized that his name doesn't follow the rhyme scheme. He doesn't have a son at the end. So if he was Jalen Naylorson, then that would probably work out better for him. But it isn't. So that's why he's stuck to that. But yeah, good effort. Like to see fun things happening. Like you must be happy with the Vikings now that they're just not a threat. You're like you go and you have a good time.
Minnesota. There's that little bit of it that goes, oh, if JJ's turning a corner, that's just a headache for further down the line. But right now, if they're getting good, if they're just tanking their draft stock and making it harder for them to get good players, then that's great. But I just like watching good football, and he made some really, really good football plays, which made that game exciting. So I really appreciated that. I thought it was a good game in general. In fact, that was that the game with the fake kick, the fake field goal as well? Yeah. Did you see this, Joel?
I didn't catch the Vikings at all. No.
Brilliant.
It was very good. And then was that the one where he griddied in?
Yeah. So there was all sorts in this game. It was a really fun game. So yeah. Brandon Aubrey went for a field goal, and then it was a fake field goal, so he just spun it around his back and passed it off to get the first down and keep it moving, which was great. It's probably the only good thing he did because he had a bit of a rough week by his standards. And then in pretty much a repeat of the Peyton Manning famous rushing touchdown, he did exactly the same thing, a handoff, the entire defense bit, and he just trotted off to his left and then started griddying in. JJ McCarthy gridding in for the touchdown. And they were joking afterwards, weren't they, about he'd been told not to do it. And then he was like, well, that's made me want to do it even more. But that's obviously Kevin O'Connell's fault because he told JJ not to do it, but he didn't tell 9 not to do it. So
that's it. That's
asking for trouble.
That's the one. And
Yeah, speak to the organ grinder, not the monkey, as our friend Tom would say.
You've put me right in drastically to the greatest point that I wanted to bring up this week, and it only seems like I bring up just memes on this pod, and I apologize for all of you for that. But there is a new meme called "Getting Nined," where you get owned by JJ McCarthy's alter ego, Nine, who is just this pure rage machine. So the Dallas Cowgirls got nined this week, as obviously JJ McCarthy's pure rage machine got it. And if you are then clowned on or anything like that, your face is superimposed on the picture where JJ McCarthy's in the locker room with the like war paint on under his eyes, and he's really aggressive. And Jalen Hurts got it last week because he got mined with his terrible performance. The Dallas Cowgirls got it this week because he actually was semi-competent this week.
Alex just out keeping us super relevant with what's going down with the youth of today and how quick they're on and off of memes. Let's find a way to ruin this for them all by using it far too much so that it's not cool, and we can move on from making JJ McCarthy references as much as possible. I'm going to slip in another banger. Oh, Buffalo versus New England. Just the whole damn thing. Like, there's one game every week so far for the past, since week 13, 15. So the past 3 weeks where a game has been playoff football, and I've said it every week. I'm ready for the playoffs. I couldn't really care less much about the regular season at the moment, but you get a Buffalo versus New England game that just keeps going and just keeps going, and it's a back and a forth, and everyone thought New England had it, and then they just threw, 21-point lead? Yeah, crazy. And to quote Alex, who added to my note here, Trayvon Henderson is the dude. Pete was right.
Yeah.
Just that whole thing. Like it was just awesome.
It was I nearly put Patriots in the trash section because they started so strongly. They're 21-0, weren't they, at one point?
Mm.
And then they let Josh Allen do Josh Allen things, which was
he nined.
He nined them.
You know what I'm doing there? I'm just going to use it until it dies. What a 9 of a performance. What would you give it out of 10? That's right.
And he was, but then Henderson just was like, meow.
He was. He meowed.
He just meowed them and kept it back in, and he kept it entertaining. And he's so fast. He's so entertaining. And he's electric to watch. And I think after a really rough start to the season as well, it's great that he's grown into what I always knew he could be. I feel like his dad. You know what I mean? Like what we saw at college. He thought,
one arm around him and be like,
yeah.
I think you've got potential, son.
Yeah.
Well, that must have been a really proud moment for you then. So that's really cool. That's way to make it about yourself, Dad. What comes from Buffalo winning there is but the best way I can put it is in wrestling terms. Buffalo needed the win. New England didn't. If you kind of like understand what I mean, like we're trading back and forth. They're both as equal as one another. It's not like, right, well, New England have got that. Buffalo are now going to struggle a little bit in the division and whatnot. That's going to be like a really cool rivalry for a good few years by the looks of things. So Buffalo getting that win and then getting one up on New England with a few weeks to go, and now the Bills are only one win behind. Have they traded wins? Did New England beat the Bills last time?
Yeah, but
so that makes it
lost.
Interesting.
Yeah, but this loss cost them the 1 seed.
Yes.
Temporarily, potentially, but they'd have had the 1 seed. So this potentially cost them the bye, and that'd be the game that you really look at the end of the season as a coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Especially because the New England now have got Ravens, Jets, Dolphins. Win.
You'd think so,
that's
yeah.
it, isn't it? Yeah.
They'd have also qualified for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, would that have been it clinched?
Yeah, they'd have clinched the playoff berth of third one. So, like, the hats would have been out, the banners would have been down. We got playoffs since this time. Oh, it's only 2023.
What a playoff drought for the New England Patriots. You've really got to feel for them, haven't you? The Bengals have got the Browns, Eagles, Jets. So win, flip a coin, win. So it could literally go down to the wire between those two on this. If the Bills beat the Eagles, then that's going to be the only way that Buffalo can get that top of the division. And the home field advantage is a massive one over there as well, you got to think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But they won't get a home field advantage because the Eagles are absolutely on cloud nine after they just battered the Raiders. So, like, that would be that. 31, absolute, what was 31 zip? 31-0?
Yep.
Yeah.
31-0. Second quickest game in NFL history, by the way.
Wow. With all the commercial breaks and everything.
All the commercial breaks and everything. Second quickest game in NFL history.
That's amazing.
Pete Carroll still thinks he has a job, which is also interesting. That one's cool.
While his carer's feeding him soup.
Yeah.
And the head coach. Sure you are. Yeah. Pete Carroll's not allowed to report on Pete Carroll news. That's what we need to understand from this. Pete Carroll saying he's still got a job. That's an unreliable narrative, isn't it? Like
the stat that I mentioned before the party yet again, because me and Joel normally are early for the pod, and so we have a little chat about like some things. So I said I've got a killer stat that will blow his mind, and this is the stat.
Firstly, way to call Pete out for just showing up at the last minute, throwing his leather jacket and his sunglasses to one side, and saying, "All right, let's do this."
Thanks.
Have you ever seen the movie Scrooged?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. The sunglasses off, just like, yeah, no, let's go. I'm here, ready. Party's on, let's go. And that's what I'm really imagining here. But yes, no, Pete is the knowledgeable brain, and we would be lost without you, Pete. You're the encyclopedic legend.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks. Appreciate
it. Anyway, over the last 5 weeks, teams that are 1-4 the week before the Raiders are then 5-0 following after beating the Raiders.
Oh, it's good luck, Chuck.
It's good luck, Chuck. It's good luck, Chuck. So if you take that with what the Eagles have just done, the Eagles will then go now 5-0, which will take them to the championship game.
That's a great stat. So who the what you said, 4 teams have done it?
No, like previously, before you play the Raiders, the last 5 teams to play the Raiders were 1-4. They'd only won 1 game in their previous 5. Then they played the Raiders and went on a 5-game winning streak.
Incredible. Wow, what a rub. Who's got the Raiders for the rest of the season? Let's have a look here.
Raiders got a rough run, I think.
Texans, Giants, Chiefs. So the Texans getting a win there. 5 wins in the playoffs. That takes them to the Super Bowl, surely. Giants, great. Not going to matter. Chiefs, no one's watching. So, like, who really minds? Oh, they reckon as well, just as an aside, that the Chiefs being Mahomes getting injured and the Chiefs being eliminated is going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars because no one's going to tune into the Christmas Day. I was going to say episode on Netflix, but the game that Netflix have, people are going to be like, Chiefs are out, don't care.
Yeah. I guess I'll spend time with my family.
Aren't they playing the Commanders?
Yeah. Which at the beginning of the season, before the Commanders, like, drop the ball, you go, wow, Commanders really like a kind of hot team. Chiefs are like both these guys are going to be playing. Get ready for the postseason. Nah, absolutely not. I'm not tuning in. I'm going to play Kaplunk. Oh, spoilers. Penny, if you're watching this, you may or may not be getting Kaplunk. Just saying. She's asleep. She's 5. She don't mind.
She's also a dog.
Really good at Kaplunk, though.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Or we won't. It could be anyone, though. Just spoiling Christmas presents out here. Pete's getting cold. I've done all of my bangs and tracks. Anybody anyone want to slip in there? Or do we move on?
The only one that I will say is Cam Ward's good at football. The rest of his teams suck.
He's certainly getting better, isn't he?
He certainly is. Yeah. And we actually, because me and Alex do the pre-show notes and everything, Pete, and get together and talk about things like you should do. You goddamn rock star, you. We were talking because I've been looking back at like some of the predictions and stuff. And one of yours, Pete, was there will be a team that has 2 or less wins and doesn't get the number 1 pick in the draft. And so far, there are 3 teams with 2 wins. So you're kind of like on for that. And one of them is obviously the Titans, which they could lose out. They could like accidentally end up like winning some. But it's Chiefs, Saints, Jags. Who even knows? Like, who's worse? The Chiefs with Gardner Minshew or just the Titans as they are with no injuries at all?
The Titans as they are.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs' defense should be enough. But whether they down tools, like Chris Jones just takes an early holiday, I don't know.
Yeah, 3 of them retire. It's like, no.
Mid-game.
Yeah, just Antonio Brown, shirts off, straight out. We're done here. So that's an interesting little bit. Go. Let's hit a little swift topic of the week. Topic of the week: hate's gonna hate. We've talked about it a bunch. Everybody's talking about it a bunch, but there's not a lot of chances to really get a good dig at Kansas City, so we may as well just go all in on it. New England and Tom Brady passed the torch to Kansas City to be the next dynasty that everyone complained about. I have led that dynasty over. I've told them, and now I need to know.
Did they take it?
They don't have a choice. It was like a summons. They've been. I was like, "Hey, are you the Chiefs?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm dressed as a delivery guy with a fake mustache," and I'm like, "You're no longer a generational dynasty." So what I'm saying is, I don't think we have to worry about the Chiefs forever and a day anymore. Who collectively we're going to decide now are the team that we're just going to hate on because we're sick of seeing them.
I'll let you go first with this one, Alex.
Alex, got thoughts.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's the obvious choice. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of sick of them anyway. I've said a bunch of times that I don't like the way their uniforms look because I think they are grey. Therefore, it bores me, and I hate the tush push. And I think Jalen Hurts is just spouting inspirational quotes, almost to a Winston level, but without the charm. The best thing about them, retired last year and has a wildly successful podcast and soon to have a billionaire sister-in-law. So yeah, I think they're kind of the top obvious choice for this. I was watching you type this out and then started laughing because you've put, it's already set, give the Eagles and the Pats, which actually I don't agree with because they're so much more enjoyable watching them without Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. But then I would like you to explain and say out loud your second bullet point and then explain yourself, Alex.
No, being serious, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Why is it the Jags? Like, what's your beef there?
Their owner's the worst person alive.
Okay, I see.
Shad
I see.
Khan's an awful human being.
I mean, the worst person alive he's got some pretty stiff competition. Just in his own country.
Fair play. He's got some pretty. He's a horrible human being and a detriment to the NFL routinely. And yes, he's back on his. Like he realised this somewhat around about October when we announced that they were doing a brand new stadium in the heart of Jacksonville to try and like reap all their benefits and do that lot. He employed an outside corporate man to do like loyalty programs and stuff like that. That guy didn't get vetted by anyone in Jacksonville and stole $98 million from their fans. Not from anyone else, from their fans. Their tickets are the top 5 most expensive in the NFL. It's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
No one cares. They are routinely give up multiple home games to do this international thing so that they will be more successful abroad. They are not the most popular team in the UK. They never will be.
They are. They are the Cathedral City cheese of NFL teams, right? Don't know, people at home. Cathedral City, not the UK's favourite cheese. They just printed it on the packet and then everyone just agreed with them.
That's it. That's it. I'm not paying. And by the way, I'm not paying £4.50 for a 250 gram block of cheese.
We haven't talked enough about the price of cheese actually on this podcast. I think now's the time.
It's not that. I will go to Costco. I'll get a kilo of cheese and I will pay £5.50 for that. I will do that.
Other wholesaling warehouses with membership cards are available. But unless, Costco, you want to sponsor us, go for it. I understand the pure hate for the Jags. I don't think they qualify for the team that we're all sick of on TV because I don't think they're good enough for us all to get sick of over the next few years. Pete, do you have anybody that you think that everybody should be hating on?
So I've got 2 suggestions here. The obvious one is the Pats. And the reason I think they will be in that list is because they've got a very good coach, they've got a very good quarterback, and people will be really fed up, and I'll be really fed up if they win it this year. And like, you've not earned this. You've not suffered enough to earn this joy. It's like just coming back from a couple of weeks off.
It's been half a decade.
Yeah. It's like having the best job in the world, then going off for a couple of weeks for Christmas and then coming back. I mean, you say half a decade, but in that time, they still got Rookie of the Year with Mac Jones. So it wasn't all horrendous. There was still hope and optimism there, even if it didn't turn into much.
Mac Jones still crushing it right now.
But his wife makes cool TikToks, Pete.
She does.
Well, yeah, there is.
She makes cool TikToks. She's loved by everybody. No,
I
completely agree with
Mrs.
you.
May. All right.
I have no criticism for Drake May or his very wholesome family social media accounts. Just for the organisation in general. The optimistic side of me that says this is a team that could be a really good feel-good story this year and then quickly get old is genuinely the Bears. Because Caleb is growing into the part. Ben Johnson looks excellent. He looks genuinely fantastic. So he could.
You want the smoke, is what you're saying here. You're like,
yeah,
I would kill for everyone to hate on the Chicago Bears because, like, let's remember the Kansas City Chiefs were a 1-16 team, or I guess 1-15 or whatever it would have been back then. Like they were poor. They were a very, very bad team. And they were like number 1 pick in the draft type of thing. And then all of a sudden we've had to put up with 8 years of Patrick Mahomes. And you're saying now's the rise. The king is dead. Long live the king. The Chicago Bears will be the most hated team because we're going to win 5 Super Bowls in 5 years.
Yeah, you've got a head coach that looks brilliant. You've got a defensive coach who's not going anywhere. He's not getting another head coach job. So he can stick around. He can have some continuity on the defensive side of the ball there. You've got Poles. He's had criticism from people, but his drafting and his trades this year have been absolutely spot on. So if they can continue to draft like that, and some of that will come from input from Ben Johnson, from Dennis Allen, who will say these are the guys that I want, and there's logic behind it. There is a genuine potential there to be one of those teams that people just go, I'm just sick of this. Equally, next year it could just be that this turnover luck and the winning close games flips the other way. They don't even make the playoffs. But if they continue to grow like they have this year, there's potential there for a dynasty in waiting.
I think the linchpin of that is Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's taken a step forward this year. Can he take another step forward next year and be a top 5 quarterback in this league? Because at the moment, he's playing like a top 10. If he can take that next step forward and make it there, you might win more than one playoff game. You might manage to beat the Packers. You never know. Like these two things can exist in the same space.
He beat the Packers last year. Thank you very much.
My choice for who we hated next is this whole question was a bit of a ruse. I'm saying no one. I reckon that's it. I think the curse is gone. I think that's it. Now the Chiefs have like settled down. I don't think we're in for like 5 to 10 year runs of like a single team. I just see a lot of teams getting better as others are starting to come down a bit. The Eagles don't look as invincible as they once did. Obviously, the Chiefs don't look as invincible as they once did. And currently, they're the only two. I guess the potential is the Bills. If the Bills just keep winning, like win one, yay, like we did for the Eagles, but then win 2 in a row, win 3 in a row, like, oh, right, that could be like we've had enough now. But if the Lions had have won last year's Super Bowl and then got into the playoffs this year, I would already be saying the Lions are the ones that people are going to get sick of because of I think it's anybody who puts themselves out there a lot. I think Ben Johnson has a lot to say, and then that could have been it. But luckily, they're kind of under the radar a little bit. But yeah, I'm saying that's it. Each fan base or, everyone here and there are going to have their own little pocket of, oh, we don't like this team, we don't like that team, we don't like that player, and so on and so forth. But I don't think as a collective, we're going to be rooting for the downfall of any particular team. The closest, I think, will be the Eagles. But if the Eagles get knocked out pretty early of this playoffs, then that's it, doors blown off.
Could we see one of the reasons why the Bills are hated so much if Haley Steinfeld starts coming to games like Taylor did?
She's pregnant now, isn't she?
Yeah.
I don't
can't be hanging out in the cold like that. No,
you certainly don't bring a small baby into Buffalo, do you? Into that stadium. People who put it through tables and all sorts.
I've seen the advert of people like tabling babies. Like, hey, like, you just got to be very, very careful. And she's going to have to do it.
Yeah.
That is going to be a social media moment of all time. Next year, it'll be the highest liked tweet ever or something crazy.
Aren't they moving into their new stadium next year as well?
I don't know.
I think they might be, because on Hard Knocks they were walking around it and whatnot, saying next year this will be the midfield and everything like that. Yeah. So assuming everything like carried on going to plan, then yeah, that's a bit of fun. Good to know that we've still got space for some new hate in our hearts. Let's bring it home with Pick 'em and Flick 'em. Underdogs, overdogs, wombling free. Pick 'em and flick 'em. And what a week to be me. I'm going full Snoop Dogg at Dr. Dre's star in the Hollywood Hall of Fame. Firstly, I'd like to thank me. Underdog picks. I went for it this week to try and claw myself. My aim is now top 5. I'm coming for that top 5 spot. I took Jacksonville to beat the Colts. They did. Underdog. New England to beat Buffalo. They did. Underdog. Denver to beat Green Bay. Underdog. They did. And I picked New Orleans to beat Carolina. Foolishly. I picked 4 underdogs that did it last week. I am on a tear. And speaking of crazy things that happened, S Black is not the number 1 in the pick'em anymore. Raider Butts is first overall with 148, and S Black 74 is 2 behind him with, I assume him, I shouldn't, with the next 3 weeks to go. But back to me, I'm up 7th with 140 to 84. Alex, you held on to. Oh no, you went from. You held on to 10th with 138 to 86. Pete went down from 11th to 12th with 137 to 87. Underdogs I've got this week. I've got the underdog Chicago Bears. They don't get enough love on this podcast, so I've got them Green Bay. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers to stick it to Tampa. I think out of the 2 over the past few weeks, Carolina have looked better. So I was kind of surprised that they are classed as the underdog. I think talent-wise, Tampa Bay have got it more, but Carolina will take that one. Chargers, for some reason, are the underdogs against Dallas. I've taken that.
Yeah. So the reason why that is because since Justin Herbert's hand injury, we haven't scored more than 22 points in a game. Whereas Dak Prescott has only scored less than 30 once in Dallas this season.
Okay, fair enough. I still don't see Dallas beating the Chargers there. I've taken the Tennessee Titans to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and I've taken the underdog New England Patriots to beat the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know who's picking this, but yeah. I'm mostly proud of the Titans pick of that one. I think I'm out of every Kansas City game this year, I'm now more intrigued to watch Gardner Minshew throw it for Kansas than I was to watch Patrick Mahomes. So that's like one of the games that I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on as well.
Yeah, that is interesting. I followed much the same, similar to you, except I've got the Finns beating the Bengals.
Oh,
because it's in Miami. I think they get that one because I don't think the Bengals will be able to keep up with HR.
Oh yeah,
aren't the Bengals still in contention for a playoff spot?
They're 4-10. I don't think they are anymore.
No, I think they're out. Yeah.
Oh no, they are out. Yeah, no, you're
They
right.
are eliminated. Yeah. The only other one that I think is interesting is the Cardinals versus the Falcons, the Battle of the Birds.
Oh, we love a bird off.
Two absolute garbage teams. Two absolute garbage teams. But Jacoby Brissett is just absolutely balling out.
Yeah, fancy gold. That guy, anybody who's struggling at QB, probably be able to plug and play him quite nicely in that matchup, to be fair, against Atlanta. Some just hella games this weekend. If you like crap teams, look no further than New York versus New Orleans. That is going to be just horrendous. And New Orleans is going to get the win there because this is just prime for, hey, let's get the 11th pick in the draft for New Orleans, because for some reason at the end of the season with nothing on the line, they're like, we'll start playing. So that's crazy. We've got 2 games on Saturday, which is kind of weird, but nice. I appreciate it. Philly, Washington, but then Green Bay, Chicago, which means early morning Sunday, get your English muffin, a little eggs and bacon situation, and watch the Green Bay, Chicago game. That'd be quite nice. I don't think I could be bothered to stay up till 1 a.m. for it to kick off, but nice to be able to catch that without having to pretend to work at the same time.
Yeah, that's it. Wife's away with the kids on. His wife is away on Sunday, so I'm home alone with the kids, so I won't be staying up to Saturday because I can't do that. But in the morning, it'll be right, kids. Let's sit down and we'll just start shouting vitriol at the Packers every time they come on, like it's 1984.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah, and we'll start the indoctrination for disappointment now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. It should be a good one. I think that the highlight of the lot is Rams Seahawks. I am so looking forward to that game. That should be an absolute banger.
Yeah, I'm really annoyed that it's the Thursday night, to be honest with you, because I would like to watch the whole thing of that one. I'm just not going to get the opportunity. Yeah, fine, I'll watch it on Friday morning, which is my last work day of the year as well. So good luck getting anything out of me for a couple of. Well, I'll watch it for you. I'll get that done. Game of the week for me. Clearly, it's going to be Denver Jacksonville. Like, that is just going to be a monster of a game. I was saying to Alex earlier, the games that we've got on primetime, God bless them. Like, no one cares about Niners, Colts. Nobody cares about New England, Baltimore, which means we just get to watch every other game at a reasonable hour. And at 9 o'clock, when there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games going on, there's just going to be a lot of cutting back between that Denver Jacksonville game, and it's at Denver as well. It's just going to be a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah, it does sound like it's going to be a real game. I think both defenses are good. I think you can see quite a few turnovers both sides of the ball as well, which should be good. Is Harvey going to be back? You know what? RJ Harvey got injured, didn't he? Is he going to be fine? Because that's going to be a big thing for Denver.
I've not seen a report on it, but I don't think it'll matter too much. I think at home at Mile High, just throw it so far up. Just gonna like hit stratospheres on that one. I guess the one to actually watch out on is Tampa Bay, Carolina.
Yeah,
winner takes the South. Like that's going to be it, isn't it? Essentially, I mean, obviously there's a couple of games afterwards, and like things could happen, but that's the one with real like implications for the two teams going head to head. And that's at Carolina as well. So that's a tough one.
Alex, you're on mute, Alex.
Nailed it.
Welcome to our podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
I've got my eye on that one, and I am really intrigued in it, simply because it's Baker Mayfield, the champion of me this season, and also it's Carolina, the champion of Joel this season. But also Dave Canales was like, "Oh, we might introduce some more like QB things with Bryce this week. He's 185 pounds. Why not do a QB sneak?"
Yeah, let's do it. Sneak him in.
I think maybe the reason is because it will kind of be like the dude from Who Framed Roger Rabbit at the end when he gets run over by a steamroller and he is completely flat and he's just walking around rolling, going.
For comparison, I'm pretty certain I'm 185 pounds. Bryce Young is slightly taller than I am. But yeah, that could be interesting. But maybe that's it. Maybe they just think they just like sneak through, snake, just like nip in and out. Or he's saying, "Hey, everyone, we're going to quarterback sneak this," and they're like, "Geez, I wonder if he's telling the truth." Who knows what we might do? We might line him up at receiver. Like, nah, come on. You've got two pretty decent smash mouth running backs, and you're gonna try and QB sneak. I don't think so. Oh, they're going for the quarterback sneak. What's Dowdle doing stuck next to him? Nothing. Oh, it's a direct snap. They've gone Judkins on us. Yeah, bless them for saying things like that. I love it when they like talk to the media about their tactics that they're going into this next week. Like anything they say is truthful. You would never, ever go on a podium and say, "Hi, opponent, by the way, we're thinking about doing this, just FYI." No, you're not. Settle down. It should be fun now. I'm hoping that we get a lot more. I've not seen like a bunch of maths or anything like that. I want some clinching opportunities. I want to start to see what the playoffs truly are. And I think that we're at probably the closest that we'll get without like seedings, like probably. I think we'll kick a few to the curb because we've still got, well, there's 9 eligible in the AFC. How many go through? Is it 8?
7.
7. Okay. So 2 teams can't make it at this point, Ravens and the Colts. And then the NFC, there's like way more. Like we've got 10 teams. I suppose 9 are still in contention, and the Rams have clinched it as well. So yeah, the Cowboys can still make it. That's crazy. That is crazy. 6 and 7. Stop it, Alex. God, they can still, I assume, get like a sneaky wild card in there, and that will probably depend on the Lions.
No, I think it'll be based off the Eagles. Because
Yeah.
for the Lions to get in, they're going to be on at least 10 wins to get past the Bears.
Right.
Oh, I suppose to get past the Packers on 9. Yeah. I don't know whether it's just for taking the division over the Eagles, whether they can actually get in as a wild card. It's hard to
I think
say.
it's just the division.
Yeah.
Because of the rest of, like, also tiebreakers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the way
so
that...
if the Cowboys win 3, they'll be 9 and 7. If the Eagles lose 3, they'll be how's that work out? Oh, 9, 7, and 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if the Eagles lose 3, they'll be 9 and 8. So the
That's
Cowboys would have that half over
Yes.
them. I can't see the Eagles losing out, so Cowboys get eliminated, and then either Tampa Bay or Carolina.
Didn't the Eagles and the Cowboys have split as well? So there's not even that tiebreaker type situation either, is there?
Oh gosh, yeah. Because first game of the season was Eagles Cowboys, and the Eagles won.
Yep.
Even though the Cowboys looked awesome, and then later on, I think you're right.
Yep.
I think the Cowboys took the second meet.
And then it's going to be who drops out of the NFC North, because only 2 are making it through there, because you're getting 3 from the NFC West, definitely.
Yeah.
And then it could be Packers, Lions, or Bears come out of there.
It's whoever wins that division. This Packers game for Hughes is the biggest one.
Yeah.
That's winning in, surely. That's it. Like Bears take that.
If the Bears win, they need the Lions to lose this weekend, and then they're in.
Right.
But they could still lose it because the Bears have got the Lions in the last game as well, which doesn't help. So if the Lions win out and the Bears lose out, the Lions take them.
Right.
And I still think they'll have the hand, even if the Bears beat the Packers and then lose the next 2 and the Lions win out, the Lions will win because they'll have done the double. So they'll have the head-to-head.
Fair enough. I guess one last thing on the pick'em. Everyone was wrong on 2 teams this week. Everyone chose Dallas to beat Minnesota, and everyone chose Tampa Bay to beat Atlanta. Obviously, those 2 things did not happen. But it's funny that like all 19 of us all went nope, and we did it twice. That's kind of a running theme of this week. Right. Any closing thoughts, gents?
Nope, nothing from me.
Absolute blank stares from everybody. Cool outro, say. Oh, didn't see you there. I was just catching up on the Friday Night Lights.